Deputy President William Samoei Ruto says the 2022 elections are going to be rigged, that there is foul play afoot, and he seems to lay the blame squarely foot of the government. This is dangerous. But before I go into a discussion of why this talk is dangerous, let me thank our viewers who have given us support in our live stream. Many of you have joined the live stream. Many of you continue to support us. Many of you bear with the challenges we are facing, although every day we become better. And to inform those of you who have not been watching our live streaming, we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7:30 p.m. We begin to invite guests, beginning with Dr. Duncan Ojwang, who will come in on Monday, Ambrose Weda, who will come in on Wednesday, Adam Solo, and another young man whose name I've forgotten from YK. One of them will be in on Friday, and so on, until when the game is well, we will bring in the big players, Raila Odinga, William Ruto, and the rest. Thank you very much for being part of our live stream. Back to the topic that has to do with claims of election rigging. There are two things about election rigging. The first thing is that when you hear people talk about election rigging, you can always tell they are going to lose. Show me a person who is complaining about rigging in any constituency, in any county, going for any seat, and I will show you the loser. My advice to William Samoei Ruto, therefore, stop complaining about rigging. Stop complaining about media. Media, apart from KBC, are privately owned commercial entities. They go where money is, they go where news is, they know where their bread is buttered, and you cannot help it. Stop complaining because you are giving people the perception that indeed you are losing. The second thing about rigging is that it can be dangerous. In many countries, disputed elections have led to chaos. Ours is no exception. The worst was in 2007. Even at lower levels, when people go to witness counting of votes, sometimes we have ugly situations because of claims of rigging. Our history is such that we need to correct the malpractices to do with our elections. But even as we do so, I want to urge our leaders to know that utterances such as those of the Deputy President can lead to chaos. 2 days ago, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, while addressing EU ambassadors, and that is a very serious gathering, said there were attempts by some people in government to manipulate the elections, to subvert the will of the Kenyan voter. He said that 800, close to 1 million voters had been deleted from the voters' register, and that these names deleted were from his strongholds. Remember, I repeat, he's speaking to a serious audience of ambassadors. But there's something else that he said, in a tone that was scaring, with the demeanor and the body language. I could see some ambassadors sitting up. He said, this is dangerous. Indeed, it is dangerous, but not from his perspective. I want to ask William Samoei Ruto to know that he's a leader with serious following in this country. every word that comes from him is received with the seriousness it deserves. There are those who believe in him and could do anything if they believe what he's saying is true. I've challenged in other forum IBC to come clean. I have challenged Uhuru Kenyatta and his government to challenge not just William Ruto, but to challenge IBC to respond to the allegations from William Samoei Ruto. I have also challenged Raila Odinga because if he doesn't listen to me, his victory, if he wins, will be in jeopardy. Raila Odinga must come out clearly, forcefully, publicly, at the highest possible level of his campaign, and challenge Wafula Chebukati, including delivering the message, written message, right to the officers of the IBC, and inviting the media so that Chebukati, beyond the casual response from Chebukati and the CEO, Marjan, beyond the casual response, they must make very categorical statements. IBC on his part must challenge William Samoei Ruto to come place his finger on those 800 or so, on the million votes that were deleted. A million votes is not like 10,000 votes. It should be very easy. It should be a gap. I've heard people on Twitter arguing that IBC has admitted that names have been wrongly placed. There are two things: deleting a voter and transferring a voter. Those are two different things. What IBC says, they have noted that in some instances, some voters could have been transferred from their polling station to other polling station without their knowledge. This can be a technical error, number one. Two, this can happen from returning officers and election officials colluding with people running for office of MCA, governor, MP, that can you please move some people for me from this neighboring constituency. I've seen it happen where I come from. Those games, IBC says the people will be caught because there must be an accompanying form. And right now, IBC has hired many young people. They are looking at all the transfers and marrying that with the form that was filled in. So those are small things. In any case, they never really amount to hundreds of thousands of votes. It was just a couple of votes, 6,000, 10, 20, 30, 50,000 votes. So we want to challenge politicians because this is dangerous. You cannot talk about rigging in such a highly charged election. But I know the game. And that's why I am advising Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. This is the game. The narrative from William Ruto is that they have the ground. And that therefore there's no way Raila can win the election. That is according to that William Samoei Ruto narrative. I know otherwise. I've looked at the numbers. I've cracked the numbers. And I know, purely from a point of view of numbers, and I've shared this with the public, I will share even better and more in future. There's no way he will make it. Yet the narrative, and they are buttressing that narrative, they are pushing it hard, that the ground is with Ruto. Now, the twin narrative to this, we have the ground and that they are planning to steal the election. But where does the danger come in? The danger comes in when William Ruto and his people say, the people of Kenya will not allow that. What are you talking about? That is dangerous. That we are winning this election. That the government wants to steal this election for somebody. But the people will not allow it. That is dangerous. And that's why I'm inviting Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. to look at this thing for what it is. This is a powerful narrative. A narrative from a person who reckons that if I'm not getting it, nobody else is getting it. The Samsonian option. That because I'm not going to win this election, I'm preparing the ground so that that other person equally doesn't get it. Because we are winning, but you are stealing and will not allow it. When you add these three, where are you getting? I began by saying that this is dangerous. And I invite William Ruto to love this country. He's a young man. He has time on his side. He can go for the president for another 3, 4, 5 times. But we can do things that can make that useless. In other words, there must be a country for you to try a second time. When you come back for the third time to try, there must be a country. If you destroy that country because you want it this time, and if you don't get it, nobody gets it, then you lose. Campaigning knowing there is tomorrow. Have plan B. I'm going for the president and I'm putting in everything I have, putting my best foot forward. But should I lose, I'll go for this thing in 2027. I'll go for it in 2032. That's what serious politicians do. And finally they get, like Raila is about to get it. He's been around for a while. William Samoei Ruto, that dangerous narrative, abandon it. Abandon it. Abandon it. It serves no purpose. It doesn't serve any good, not to you, not to anybody. Because country should always be greater than self. And there is always tomorrow if you are interested in public office.